to the Patriot Connection. I'm Taylin Holt.
And I'm Will Medovic. Candy, costumes, and connecting cultures. Patriot Connection reporter Lily Smith explores the history behind Halloween.
People have been celebrating Halloween for over 2,000 years. The Celtics of Ireland started the holiday with a festival designed to celebrate the end of summer. As part of the pagan religious tradition, the Celtic people used to light bonfires and dress up to ward off ghosts. Since then, Halloween has migrated across the globe and has changed and mixed with different cultures. Today, people in close to 40 countries celebrate by dressing in costumes, walking in parades, trick-or-treating, and much more. Wheeling Park is home to many foreign exchange students this year, who celebrate Halloween in their home countries in very similar ways.
I mean, we dress up and we also give out candy, trick-or-treating.
I think it's pretty similar to here. It's just we dress up and go to houses and ask trick-or-treat in German.
In Mexico, they celebrate their own holiday, Day of the Dead, which many people associate with Halloween. It's a holiday that's been around for over 3,000 years. Wheeling Park students Bree and Juana are cousins who celebrate this day.
We put up an ofrenda with other pictures of the people that have passed, and we put their favorite food, their favorite drink, and something that they used to do or they liked.
We make food to put on the ofrendas, and we also get bread, pan de muertos, that's what it's called.
It's estimated that over 70% of Americans will participate in some Halloween activity this year. In fact, tens of millions of children will trick-or-treat in the United States on October 31st. Wheeling Park students and staff tell us about their favorite traditions growing up.
Every year after Halloween, after we went trick-or-treating, me and my siblings would sit in the living room floor and we'd sort our candy and we'd trade.
Leaving school, I didn't leave early, but I would leave school and then I would go home and I'd be super excited and I'd get my costume on and go trick-or-treating. And I think trick-or-treat was a lot more fun when I was a kid because there were several hours of trick-or-treat fun and everyone participated, so definitely that.
When I was little, I used to dress up as a different Disney princess every year.
Another popular Halloween tradition is carving pumpkins. This activity has Irish roots and is fun for the whole family. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Lily Smith.
Whether you're headed out to trick-or-treat or to check out a haunted house or pumpkin patch, it's clear that the spirit of Halloween shines brightly around the world.
The tradition of Halloween costumes dates back to over 2,000 years and occurred during Celtic pagan festivals. Patriot Connection reporter Evan Bowler takes a look at how costumes have evolved.
Halloween is packed with festivals and traditions that revolve around dressing up in costumes. Whether you buy a costume or create your own, people of all ages love the tradition of dressing up for Halloween. In fact, over 70% of people dress up each year. People began wearing costumes during the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain to disguise themselves from wandering spirits. Fast forward to today, where some of the most popular costume themes include horror, fantasy, pop culture, sci-fi, and retro styles. So what's your favorite Halloween costume?
One year my husband and I dressed up as deviled eggs. We had devil ears and looked like a hard-boiled egg, and that was our favorite one.
Probably anyone from The Sandlot.
Honestly, any Star Wars costume. I'm a big Star Wars fan.
My favorite Halloween costume is whenever I dressed up as a banana.
Last school year, I was Madame Leota from the Haunted Mansion. That was my favorite.
Mine would be Scream.
A couple of years ago, I worked in a middle school and our entire grade level did a group costume. So we did a beach theme. Somebody was a shark, somebody was a surfer with a bite out of their board. Other people were dressed like they were going to the beach. And that was probably my favorite one just because it was a whole big group of us that all dressed together. So that was fun.
My favorite Halloween costume is a ladybug. I think they're really cute.
Honestly, I'm probably gonna go with Superman.
My favorite is probably Jason Voorhees.
My favorite Halloween costume was 2 years ago. I dressed up as McLovin from Superbad.
Today, dressing up is more than just a tradition. It's a chance for people to show their creativity. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Evan Ballard.
Make sure to have fun and most importantly, stay safe this Halloween.
While most of us look at Halloween as a fun, carefree holiday, in reality, it's one of the deadliest days for trick-or-treaters. Patriot Connection reporter Jaden Poling takes a look at how to stay safe this Halloween.
Halloween is one of the most dangerous days of the year for children walking outside because of dimly lit roads and dark costumes. Studies show that children are twice as likely to be struck by a car on Halloween night than any other night of the year. Children face more danger on Halloween night because drivers tend to pay little attention and drive recklessly even with all the children still on the roads. Officer Wilson is Wheeling Park's school resource officer and explains how drivers can help keep trick-or-treaters safe.
A lot more pedestrians on the street and the sidewalks, a lot of little kids, so very, very slowly and cautiously.
Whether it's looking both ways before you cross the street, keeping your cell phone away, or paying extra attention backing out of driveways, we can all play a role in making sure this Halloween is a safe one.
I'm gonna wear reflective gear, pay attention when I cross the road, and stay in a group.
Check my candy, let my parents know where I'm at, and be aware of my surroundings.
On Halloween, I wear reflective clothing, look both ways before crossing the street, and avoid strangers.
Travel in a group and look both ways before I cross the street.
Usually, you want to stay with a big group of people. Don't wear dark colors like black, obviously, and just really don't be out too late. That's all that really matters.
You travel in a group, tell your parents where you're at, and don't talk to strangers.
When it comes to costume safety, experts recommend trick-or-treaters wear light colors and carry a flashlight. Costumes should fit well to prevent falls. If you're wearing a mask, make sure you can see well. If not, opt for non-toxic face paint. Officer Wilson has a few more tips to help us stay safe.
Remember to use good judgment. Walk in groups of 2 or more. Use the sidewalks instead of the streets, and only eat things in their original packaging.
Remember, being safe on Halloween won't just keep you safe, but others around you as well. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Jaden Poling.
Officer Wilson says it's also important to tell your parent or another trusted adult where you will be and how long you will be out.
Before we go to our break, it's time for Park TV Trivia with Patriot Connection reporter Anthony Mealy.
You either love it or you hate it. This week's question is, what color is candy corn from top to bottom? Is it A, orange, yellow, white, B, white, orange, yellow, or C, yellow, white, orange? We'll have the answer when we come back.
What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays and most holidays?
That's incredible.
And if all their accounts had low fees or no fees?
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Did you know that, on average, people will spend over 5 hours a day on our phones? Whether it's texting, scrolling on social media, watching videos, or listening to music, over time the endless hours we spend can cost us up to 9 years of our lives. While we don't want to admit it, studies show that nearly 60% of us are addicted to our cellular devices. This addiction can be symptomatic of other underlying problems, including anxiety, depression, and even loneliness. While it seems that breaking this addiction is impossible, there are some solutions. First, experts advise us to monitor our screen time. We can do this by trading our screen time for physical activity and hanging out with friends and family. Also, set boundaries with certain apps to use, like social media apps such as TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, as they are proven to be the most addictive. Nothing's worth the constant anxiety and loneliness your phone may bring you. This message is brought to you by WPHP.
Before the break, we asked you, what color is candy corn from top to bottom? Is it A, orange, yellow, white, B, white, orange, yellow, or C, yellow, white, orange? The answer is B, white, orange, yellow. A man named George Renninger invented candy corn in the 1880s. People initially called it chicken feed and sold it year-round. It became a Halloween favorite in the 1950s.
It's Halloween season at the park, and we all know that Halloween is the season of ghosts and ghouls. You may not have to travel as far as Salem, Massachusetts to see a genuine haunting in person. Here is Patriot Connection reporter Romeo Blake with the story.
In the halls of Wheeling Park, there's no legend as enduring as that of the haunting of the Beneke Theater. The Beneke Theater is named after our second Wheeling Park principal, Miss Phyllis A. Beneke. Miss Beneke was the principal of Wheeling Park from 1983 to her death in September of 1988. In the years following her death, many theater faculty and staff claim to have seen paranormal happenings in the theater, pointing the finger at the ghost of Phyllis Beneke.
Over here on this side of the house, could hear like footsteps or like a person, like clearly it was a person, and I just left. So I just shut the door, I locked the door, I left. So, sometimes the kids will be back here too, right? And we'll start to hear like movement, and I'm like, is it an animal? Is it a mineral? Is it a student? Right? Nothing. So you'll hear sort of like movement, footsteps. Sometimes you'll hear like a voice. It's not often, but occasionally, and it's definitely like it's a little spooky.
So for 6 years, my classroom was the Beneke. Every day coming in, there would be like some kind of thing out of place in my classroom, and we would blame it on Phyllis. But one day in particular, it was after a speech and debate practice. It was kind of late. It was like nearing 5:30, and I went to turn off the lights, and the lights in the Beneke like all are in the office. So I'm pressing the button, and it would go down slowly, it's not on a dimmer, like you have to manually dim it. It would go down slowly, and then it would come back up, full lights.
It's important to note that during our own interview with Mrs. Draginski, the lights in the corner of her classroom began to flicker.
The lights are flickering now!
There's no doubt that the Beneke Theater is a spooky spot. Staff aren't the only people who have experienced activity in the Beneke.
There's an urban legend that in the prop room there's a doll named Phyllis Beneke, and she has been found during Tech Week moving around the theater department, and nobody touches her. So we've all come to the conclusion that she moves around the theater department by herself.
When I was in speech practice, me and my friend Brielle Dobson, we were in the back classroom of the Beneke, and the lights started flickering.
Last year when I did theater, every time we'd talk about her, not every time, but most of the time we'd talk about her, the lights would flicker, or like I remember, like at times it'd get kind of cold.
Although it's fun to talk about Beneke as a ghost, we should remember that Phyllis, better known as Miss Beneke, was a real person who was an amazing principal who deeply cared for her students and the future of Wheeling Park. She even donated a large amount of her estate to establish the Phyllis A. Beneke Scholarship.
So Miss Beneke was my principal when I attended Wheeling Park High School, and I remember her as just always so kind and caring towards students. She had a very tough reputation, so I get it why people may think there might be a ghost in the Beneke Theater, but if there is, I think that Miss Beneke's a friendly ghost and is just keeping an eye out on the students.
Since its inception, the Phyllis A. Beneke Scholarship has awarded more than $4 million to Wheeling Park students. Now, whether real or fake, the haunting of the Beneke Theater is a very popular legend here at Wheeling Park, as believed by many. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Romeo Blake.
The legend of Phyllis Beneke will continue to be told to Wheeling Park students for years to come.
Americans eat an average of 3 to 4 pounds of candy every Halloween. Patriot Connection reporter Xavier Waits asks Wheeling Park students and staff what is their favorite Halloween candy.
My favorite Halloween candy is Twix.
Skittles.
Probably Reese's Cups.
I would say either Reese's Peanut Butter Cups or Skittles.
I think it has to be probably Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and I especially like the pumpkin-shaped Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Probably Charlie Gummy Worms.
The Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
My favorite Halloween candy is candy corn. A lot of people do not like them. They say they're disgusting, but I could eat a handful after handful.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
I love Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I don't like things that are super sweet, like sweet tarts and things like that. I like chocolate and peanut butter.
Kit Kats.
My favorite Halloween candy is Reese's.
The Reese's Peanut Butter Pumpkin Cups.
Reese's Cups. My favorite Halloween candy is Reese's Cups. I just like peanut butter and chocolate.
Well, a wise man by the name of my man Zay once said Reese's, and I'm gonna go with that.
In 2024, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and M&M's topped the list as a fan favorite candy for Halloween. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Xavier Waits.
This Halloween, the National Retail Federation estimates that Americans will spend around $12 billion.
When it comes to horror movies, Hollywood loves Halloween. Patriot Connection reporter Colton Whitmire explains.
'Tis the season for spooky, scary Halloween horror flicks, that is.
For many of us, part of the Halloween tradition is to get together and watch movies, whether they are super scary or family friendly. Horror movies have been around for well over 100 years. The film industry credits Frenchman Georges Méliès for creating the horror movie in 1896. In English, this film is called The Haunted Castle or The House of the Devil, and it's just 3 minutes long. Fast forward to this year when NBC News says that horror movies have passed the $1 billion with a B dollar mark. In fact, this genre now accounts for almost 16% of all box office sales. Mr. Cirilli is a social studies teacher at William Park High School who also teaches psychology. He explains the science behind fear.
There are really two ways you could look at that. One is physical, which would be the part of the brain that deals with fear. It's called the amygdala. It processes all of that kind of stuff. And then there could be environmental reasons, which might have to do with someone's own state of mind, or maybe the environment that they're in. Like if it is sort of a dark, spooky atmosphere, it would heighten those sorts of feelings.
Let's take a look at the top 5 highest grossing Halloween horror movies. Coming in at number 5 is The Nun, which was released in 2018, made $366 million worldwide. 1973's The Exorcist, which has raked in $428 million worldwide at number 4. It Chapter 2, which debuted in 2019, has earned over $467 million worldwide. It's number 3. While 1999's The Sixth Sense is number 2 and has made over $672 million. It, which debuted in 2017, has made over $704 million worldwide, is number 1. Many William Park students and staff have a favorite Halloween movie.
Five Nights at Freddy's,
A Nightmare Before Christmas,
Hocus Pocus, Halloween Town,
Nightmare Before Christmas.
My favorite Halloween movie is Halloween Town. Hocus Pocus.
My favorite Halloween movie is Spookily the Square Pumpkin.
Hubie Halloween.
Whether you're getting cozy on the couch to watch Halloween Town or raising your heart with It, the tradition of Halloween movies is here to stay. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Cole Whitmire.
If you're looking for a new Halloween movie, then you're in luck. Halloween, A New Chapter, hit theaters earlier this month.
Now let's take a look at what else is going on at Wheeling Park High School this week.
Seniors, if you need help applying for college or financial aid, sign up on Flex to work with a counselor during activity period in the 3 East Corridor.
Make plans now to attend Wheeling Park's Fall Play, Almost Maine. Tickets are $15 for adults and $10 for students. However, all Ohio County school students get in free with their student ID. The show runs Friday and Saturday, November 7th and 8th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, November 9th at 3 p.m. All performances will be held in the J.B. Chambers Performing Arts Center.
Week 1 clubs will meet Friday, November 14th.
Sophomores, juniors, and seniors who are interested in future careers, military, or are curious to know more about careers that are right for you should sign up to take the ASVAB test. ASVAB stands for Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery Test. Wheeling Park will give the test on November 12th at 8 a.m. in Tech 1. 10th through 12th grade students can sign up to take the test on Flex now through November 7th.
2025 through 26 yearbooks on sale. The cost is $100. Click on the QR code on Schoology to get yours today.
This Friday is a professional learning day in Ohio County schools. Students do not have school on the 31st.
Seniors, you may now begin applying for financial aid for college. The FAFSA or free application for student aid is due by March 1st. You may apply online at aid.gov.
Tuesday, October 28th is the end of the first 9 weeks grading period.
Students can get 1 free breakfast meal and 1 free lunch meal daily in the nest using their ID. You are not allowed to give your ID to another student to use.
If you didn't get to meet with a representative from Balfour to order your class ring, you can check out their website at balfour.com.
If you're a certified lifeguard and would like to guard for the high school swim team, please sign up in the main office and then Mrs. Higley will contact you.
Seniors can now start applying for the West Virginia Promise Scholarship. The deadline is March 1st. You can apply online for the Promise Scholarship at cfwv.com.
Second Chance Breakfast runs from 7:20 until 7:28 in the food court lines. The vending machines in the food court and near the school store will be on from 7:30 until 9:45. The machines will not work if you have already had another breakfast.
That's a wrap for this week's Patriot Connection. We're on WLTV 14, 7 days a week at 6:30 a.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. For all of the Patriot Connection reporters, I'm Will Medovic.
And I'm Taylin Holt. Have a great day.